In the cozy town of Portland, where fog gently envelopes the streets like an old scarf, Lily and Ava became inseparable from the moment their paths crossed in a college literature class. Lily, with her chestnut curls that twisted like wild grapevines, and her infectious laugh capable of brightening even the gloomiest day, was always a fountain of ideas. She organized spontaneous trips to the coast, where they wandered along the sand, collecting shells and chatting about dreams, or arranged starlit picnics in a nearby park, where they lay on the grass, gazing at the twinkling sky and sharing secrets. Ava, with her light hair falling softly over her shoulders and a thoughtful gaze full of depth, preferred quiet evenings, a cup of hot tea, a stack of new books, and a cozy armchair by the window. But Lily knew how to draw her out of that shell, adding vibrant hues to their everyday life, whether it was a joint visit to a small cafe with live music or an impromptu dance in the rain on an empty street. They shared everything, from small joys, like finding the perfect book in a second-hand bookstore, to deep sorrows. When Ava failed a crucial art exam, Lily rushed over with a homemade pie, baked from her grandmother's recipe, and a barrage of witty jokes to dispel the gloom. And when Lily broke up with a guy who turned out to be nothing like she'd hoped, Ava was there with a warm blanket, movies about strong women, and endless conversations until dawn. Their friendship was as sturdy as the roots of an old oak in a Portland forest, reliable and natural. Neither suspected that beneath this surface smoldered something deeper, waiting for a single spark to ignite. Everything changed on one of those foggy evenings when autumn was already breathing its chill, and the streets of Portland felt like the set of an old movie. They held a girls' night at Lily's apartment, a small but snug space with a view of the river, where the city lights reflected on the water like stars and puddles. Outside, gray fog swirled, while inside, aromatic candles with the scent of vanilla and cinnamon burned, casting soft, dancing shadows on the walls. They wrapped themselves in cozy pajamas, Lily in pink, Ava in gray, and settled on the couch with glasses of wine, chatting about life as always. Ava had recently ended things with a guy she'd dated for a few months. He was nice, but too predictable, leaving her with a hollow feeling. I'm not even sure I know how to kiss for real, she sighed, her cheeks flushing as she looked away. It always feels mechanical, soulless. What if the next time is with someone who really matters? I'm afraid I'll mess it up. Lily laughed lightly, but a spark flickered in her eyes, the same one she'd noticed for a while but tried to ignore. Her heart raced around Ava more often than it should for mere friendship, during their goodbye hugs, or when Ava smiled that special smile that lit up the room. Oh, come on, it's just a skill, like riding a bike. Want me to teach you? We're best friends, there's nothing wrong with that. Ava hesitated, her cheeks turning an even deeper shade of pink, but curiosity and trust prevailed. Okay, only if you're serious. They scooted closer on the couch, and Lily gently took Ava's hand, feeling her own pulse quicken. The key is to relax completely. Don't think about technique, just feel the moment. Take a deep breath. She leaned in slowly, and their lips met first tentatively, like a cautious step onto thin ice. The kiss was warm, pure, brimming with tenderness and a tremor, like a gentle breeze on a quiet summer night carrying the scent of flowers. Time slowed. Ava felt warmth spreading through her body, while Lily's world narrowed to that single moment. Ava pulled back first, her eyes wide with wonder and something more. Oh, that was nothing like I expected. Not like with him. Lily tried to joke to lighten the mood, but her voice betrayed her with a tremble. See? Nothing to it. Just practice. Yet the air in the room shifted, it grew thick, laden with unspoken words and emotions hanging like the fog outside. Ava left for home earlier than usual that night, citing tiredness, while Lily stayed behind, unable to sleep. She replayed the moment over and over in her mind. What have I done? What if she thinks and our friendship breaks? I can't lose her. The fog outside thickened, mirroring the turmoil in her soul. The next day, Ava didn't respond to messages, neither to playful memes nor coffee invitations. Panic gripped Lily like a wave crashing onto the shore. I've ruined everything, she thought, and without a second thought, she dashed to Ava's house through the dense fog that shrouded Portland's streets. The door opened after persistent knocking, and Ava stood there, her eyes red and wet with tears. Lily, last night's kiss. It wasn't just practice for me. I felt something real, deep. But I'm terrified. We're best friends. What if it all falls apart? What if this is a mistake? Lily stepped inside, soaked from the fog and trembling not just from the cold. I'm scared too, Ava. I've been scared for a long time. Because I don't see you as just a friend. My heart beats differently around you. But if we don't try, we'll miss out on something that could be real. Ava froze, then hugged her tightly, whispering, "Then let's try. I don't want to lose you." Their second kiss was brimming with emotion, a mix of fear and hope, drama and tenderness, like a storm giving way to a rainbow. The fog outside grew heavier, but a light ignited within their hearts. From that day, their lives spun into a whirlwind of new discoveries and feelings. They started small, strolling along the waterfront, holding hands in the shade of trees where no one could see, and sharing quiet evenings in little cafes where words weren't necessary, just a glance sufficed. Lily showed Ava her favorite Portland spots, a hidden garden with fountains where they fed ducks, or a cozy bookstore where Ava could wander the shelves for hours. But the drama didn't fade so easily. Ava often wrestled with doubts, recalling past relationships that ended in disappointment. What if this is an illusion too? I'm not ready for more pain. Lily, meanwhile, struggled with fear of her family. Her parents were conservative, and she dreaded their reaction. This boiled over into an argument one day. Ava shouted in a heated moment, "What if this is a mistake? I can't risk our friendship." Lily stormed out, slamming the door, and wandered the foggy streets for hours, feeling her world crumble. But the next day, she returned with a bouquet of wildflowers picked from the roadside and simple words, "I'm willing to wait as long as it takes. Because I love you. Not as a friend, really love you." They weathered these storms together, step by step. Ava found a new job at a local art gallery, where her passion for painting blossomed. She began creating portraits inspired by Lily, capturing her curls and smile. Lily, in turn, nurtured Ava's dreams of travel, planning trips to neighboring states where they could be themselves without restraint. Their love grew quietly and naturally, like a flower pushing through the fog, realistic, with its ups and downs, but deep and sincere. Now, waking up each morning in the same bed with a view of the river outside, they knew, sometimes a best friend becomes the one who changes your entire world. And in that was their strength, simple, yet eternal, like the fog of Portland, which always returns but never frightens those who've grown accustomed to it.